This segment of In the Field Radio is brought to you by Tattoo Shop Radio, Culture Shock, Wapter Music FM, powered by Zeno.fm, with additional monitoring through online radio box. How has quarantine been for you?
I feel like because of what I do already, I'm a work from home kind of person. So I'm usually already an isolated person, but it kind of sucks not having that option to go anywhere. So the transition hasn't been too bad. But sometimes it's like, it does get a little bit crazy because I'm like, damn, I really want to motherfucking go out and just walk in the thrift store and not buy some shit. Walk out, go home and feel very satisfied.
Right. You're supposed to be on tour right now.
I know. Today would have been like the third date of tour. It's so sad.
I see the rescheduled dates. I was like, oh, he coming to Brooklyn.
Bye.
Oh yeah, we gonna be all over the place still. We just gotta make sure that, no one's gonna be coughing in the fucking stands.
We're not sure exactly what that's gonna look like when we all do get back to the live performances, whether it's gonna be limited capacity or with gloves, and that's interesting. Have you done any like virtual performances?
Nah, I haven't. I've been seeing a lot of people do these online things, but you know what? I'm gonna hold tight for all that. Like I'm not in a rush to perform. Like I really want to perform, but I don't want to do it virtually. I like that, in-person shit as much as possible. If it's like a jam session, that's different. Like, if you're like just jamming out, you know what I'm saying, with some people making music and you want to be live with that, cool. But I don't really want to perform for people over the internet.
You just released the album, Reaping the Benefits.
Reaping the Benefits.
Yeah.
So dropping Reaping the Benefits, was that a direct result of having to cancel the tour and being in quarantine and all that?
Nah, I was already prepared to drop a project before all this quarantine stuff like really went crazy. So everything kind of was going according to plan. I was going to just drop it a little bit earlier. I would have been dropping it maybe 2 weeks ago instead of the day before we were supposed to leave for tour. So it was according to plan, definitely.
So he's actually super consistent with putting out albums. I was like, all right, I see albums since 2014. There's been 10 projects dropped. Yeah, I see. At least. Yeah, I was like, that's not counting whatever's not on Apple Music from 2014 to now. I was like, it's at least 2 projects a year come out.
Yeah, I try to keep it like that. Like, I don't have that. I have that amazing fan base, but you know how it is. They're really selective on what type of stuff they want to promote endlessly, whether it's like the Drake or the Kendricks or the J. Cole. And I mean, I love all those artists, but they have the grace of not having to, I don't want to say be as creative, but I'm going to say be as creative year round. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can go away for 3 years and be cashing out on the same single they drop. Right. More than what I'm making after like 2-3 albums and shit like that. So they get the luxury of not having to, I guess, pressure themselves into doing so much. Unless, you know what I'm saying, you want to so-called remain at a certain stature. If you're like appreciative of what you got, then I guess you don't have to do as much. But yeah.
I'm sure your fans appreciate you not leaving them hanging. They can depend on you.
I mean, good thing is I love making music and I love dropping it. So, and all in all, it works out. It's a fair trade.
I was listening to the album and I was like, I was really vibing with it, but then I'm like, I am a woman. Like, I shouldn't like these songs at all. I feel like they sound very anti, like, what I would want to be going on, I think. But I was still fucking with it. You're the dog. I was like, why do you like this? Like, this is not for you.
I feel like, it's a more classy, intellectual, ratchet song. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all like that Future shit. We all like the wild shit. But it's like this one is like basically some hoe shit with your pinky up.
Right.
I like that.
I was like, this is so wrong, but it's so right.
So. But no, yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Just really classy ratchet shit.
I think you definitely accomplished that.
Thank you very much.
And the song Should Have Cheated, was that related to Keisha Cole's I Should Have Cheated at all?
Nah, I don't know why people were saying that. My boy said that, but nah, I just
it was like the male version.
Actually, that's the last song. That's the last song I put on the album. I made that maybe like literally 7 days before the album came out, and I was just like, during quarantine, that was the only song that kind of really came during this quarantine that I put on this project. All the other songs I'm saving, but this song I was just drunk with one of my best friends, and then I just pulled up the Pro Tools and just like freestyled the hook. And then I was like, fuck it, lay a verse down, dog, get on the album. And then he laid a verse down, and then I sent it to my other homie from high school, and I was like, fuck it, lay a verse down. And then, yeah, just went ahead and made a little masterpiece for my bros from back home.
Where's home? Where are you from?
Like D.C. Maryland, though, you know. D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Prince George County, little baby. Yeah, I lived overseas, so I was almost 11 years old. Thailand, Singapore, military brat.
Yeah.
Deborah loves the military.
She said, dang.
How did being around all those different cultures influence you and your music?
I feel like it's just in there, you know? Like, it's just the reason why it is so, like, I feel like I can hop from this sound to this sound by being the same artist, but also sounding very different, but also still keeping that bass where it's not like you're not being weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, some artists do this weird shit, and I'm like, dog, this sounds trash. Well, somebody will like it. I don't operate. I'm like, I need to make sure it's leaving the studio. We like it. So, but I think the cultures definitely helped me blend everything in together. You know what I'm saying? It's like I still sound like the same artist, but I could do so many different types of things, or I could just stick with the same thing. And I feel like the cultures helped me mix that in really well.
Talk about linking with AK the Savior. Speaking about Brooklyn, for Change That Back.
Well, yeah, that's my boy. Underachievers are my guys. Like 5 years ago, they put me on. I went on my first tour with them on their first tour. It was me, Denzel Curry, and Underachievers, and that's how Denzel Curry got to where he was, and Underachievers got to where they were. That's how I got to where I was. But you know, those have been like my brothers ever since. Like, I'm not fond of making too many friends in the game, like just off of clout. Like, they're actually good friends of mine. Like, we don't have to make music. Obviously, we've only made one song, so all the other 100 times we've chilled, we just be smoking shit. So,
did you guys actually do that song in the studio?
No, yeah, we did it together.
That's awesome. What was that vibe like?
It was just like this regular homie shit, you know? It's just like play a beat, smoke a blunt, we doing this, all right, we doing it. And it just happened, like a couple hours, it was a track. Actually, funny story, he had to rewrite, he spit his verse, but he was drunk as shit. And then he had to come back the next day and respit it. Funny story about that.
What was your favorite memory from the video shoot?
Me and him, when they were doing like the blinky light part where we're in those suits, we were just getting really faded because it was fucking up our eyes to the point like the last 30 minutes of the music video, we're definitely blind. Like, we're just like walking stoners. Like, we couldn't see anything else. Like, on the ride home, I was like, yo, I can't see shit because the light was just blinking for forever. It's like crazy.
How long ago did you guys make that video? Because it has like a very right now feel to it.
Man, last week of January or first week of February. Or third week of February. And somewhere in February, like middle of February area.
That you said right now feel because the damn white suits.
Well, and it's dark too. It's got like a dark vibe to it. So I was watching this and I was like, did Corona influence this, or was this like, could they tell the future?
I'm trying not to let Corona influence shit.
Yeah, get it. It's not a good influence.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Like, it's there. It's like, be wary of it, but like, I'm not dropping music because of Corona. Like, I'm not trying to let Corona, you know, get in the way of too much. It's there. I'm mindful of it, but I'm not trying to, you know, do too many gimmicks in this stage.
Oh, your visuals, all the visuals is crazy. From the prehistoric brand, wow, like, you been having all those ideas in your head?
I just think of some wild shit and I'll just send it to my artists. Like the album, like Chimera Act, I was like, hey, I want this lady giving birth and I want the doctor pulling the baby out, someone holding the baby up, and then everyone bidding on the baby. And then I want everyone in the crowd to just be like different people from Donald Trump. Like, I literally wrote it out, just he just, my art, I gotta still give it to my artist for just creating this shit spot on. He brings it to life at just as much as I'm saying it. If not, like, I'm like, wow, like, the things I say to him, he'll really bring to life way better than I imagined it. So now I feel like the art consistently gets better because I know that I need to describe everything in a weird way because he'll catch on to it in a weird way. Like, I can't give you an example, but I'll say the weirdest metaphor and he'll understand it, and it'll be like a shading of something. I'll be like, I need that Frogger shading mixed with a laminate of like, so I'll just say some wild shit and he'll be like this, and I'll be like, damn, you know, what the fuck you doing?
Wow.
But yeah, like, I spend a lot on the art because when I was growing up in Thailand, like, we didn't have BT, obviously. We had MTV. We still had rap music, but it was just like shared, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a straight, just African-American music channel. So it's like I had to go through rock and then the rap segments and then the R&B segments and all that stuff. But the things about what I would like go towards when I was younger, like my favorite projects when I was younger, like the Linkin Park, Don't Kill Me, but the Theory album, the Gorillaz are my favorite band, Clint Eastwood, it's a cartoon cover. I was a kid, I didn't know shit, but cartoons, that's tight, buy that one. And the Linkin Park joint was a big ass robot with a bunch of, it looked like a big ass Gundam. I'm like, that looks tight, boom. So I'm like, and then but basically I'm just saying a lot of the shit that I was into, I was attracted to by the fucking artwork. Like, I listened to Korn because they were kids doing hopscotch on the fucking cover, like in sick ass cartoon. And then you like hear Korn and it's like, oh, it's like the wildest music. But I was attracted by the shit just simply from the cover. And that's why I put everything into my artwork, because you might not even be into rap, but you're gonna be into my mind and you wanna dive deep into why the fuck I'm so different from everybody else. Like, you'll just automatically see like, oh, this motherfucker's like doing something way different. His merch is way different. Like, his branding is way different. His consistency is way different. They're more attracted to that than they are the rap. Like, I feel like I have more quality fans than I have rap fans. People just like the quality of what I'm doing more than they just like the genre that I'm in.
Right. Yeah, that was exciting for me. I was like, I wonder if he got anything to do with this.
Yeah, it's a major part. Ain't no label down. I mean, I'm 29. Like, you know, label down my throat telling me what to do. So. Did
he do the album cover for Reaping the Benefits?
Nah, the Reaping the Benefits cover. I just was like, yo, because I did this Prehistoric Till Death cover, and my homegirl Kristen played my wife in it, and I was like, I just want to have the Grim Reaper marrying this girl. So I set up this fake wedding. We took the picture. It was the album cover. It came out amazing. The back cover is super fire. And then I did it again with this project I did with Southside, 808 Mafia, called Grim Meets Evil. And it's like we're outside of a house. I'm wearing the Grim Reaper outfit. It's the same girl, Kristen, on the shit. And then we're waving hello. And then she's like serving me drinks at the end. So then I went away and did a bunch of art covers for like a bunch of shit. And then now I'm trying to like come back with more of the still pictures with the Reaper. So it's basically like me just like taking my wife on a date and we're in like the gondola out on like the Long Beach River having wine with each other and shit like that. We just took it on a Polaroid, but it looks so cool.
That was taken on a Polaroid?
Yeah. I just try to go hard with the costumes, like trying to make cheap costumes look so goddamn real. So,
talk about using the Grim Reaper imagery.
I just use him because he's got a bad name. Like, not a lot of people really know what he's associated with. He's got all these powers and stuff like that, but you know, people just are scared of the death imagery, so they associate the Grim Reaper with, you know, negativity when he's not out here like murdering niggas, just nothing like that. Like, he definitely can because of what he is and his responsibility, but he's taking the steps that he needs to take and he's on his path, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I just want to be compared to something like that. It's like I have all these powers, but I'm still taking the steps I need to take. And people just think I'm from here. Like, people don't really know where I was raised. People don't know how I was raised or what I'm doing. So the misconception of just me being from LA when people don't know I'm from LA, or me being from Maryland and they're not even knowing about the past, is like, I just feel like the misconception of Azizi is like no one really fucking knows who he is. So no one thinks I'm evil and walking around with a big ass knife either, but you know.
Follow the Leader cover, like for the tour. We got the Beeper. We got Malcolm, Martin Luther King. Was there like a message?
Yeah, it was just a statement. It was just like, not to be on some like, I'm not up. I don't never feel like I'm up there with the greats. But it's just like, I feel like what I'm talking about in my music and what I represent once you dive into me is powerful in itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I want people to know that it's like, if you want to, there's a lot of message and a lot of meaning in my life. And I'm still young and there's so much more to come. And it's going to come. And eventually a lot of people, this is going to be in everybody's faces because everyone's going to need a break from just music that really don't have a start or a finish. It's just like fun music, you know what I'm saying? It really can't get you through the day, it can't get you through the times. It's not really, hey, what are the 3 songs you need if you're stranded on an island for the rest of your life? About 95% of the music we're hearing today would definitely not be included if I was stranded on a fucking island for the rest of my life. I wouldn't even be a part of this generation. I would not choose music from this generation, unfortunately. But, you know what I'm saying? I just see myself as somebody that has something to say. We all have something to say, but it's much deeper than people think.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Thank you.
What producers like working with? Like, do you just get music from wherever?
The majority of the producers on this project, Holy Beats produced most of my latest project, but Mills, Douglas, and Kamandi have been producing for me for like many years. I probably only have about 5 songs outside of them. Outside of Holy Beats, Mills, Kamandi, I probably only have about 5 tracks out of the past 5 years that I haven't done with them. Because I try to do shit like really in-house. And I just think moving with the crew and building that chemistry is just dope. But I'm not opposed to working with other artists. I'm not opposed to working with other producers. It just hasn't happened in a way that works best for me. And the experiences I have of working with new producers is always fucking 50. It's always 50-50. It's always a nigga needing something right now, or he doesn't understand how the business works, or it's just like, you know, a lot to deal with.
And what can we expect next from you?
I'm gonna definitely drop another album this year, but I'm gonna chill out for a while. I'm gonna just focus on some music videos. I got some other projects that I'm working on, but not like outside of music. So I'm just trying to get everything together. I just realized I'm at this point where I have all these ideas, and anytime I speak about them out loud, it seems interesting. So I need to start putting them on paper and doing that. I've done enough music, I feel like, for everybody, and I already have the next project done, which is fucking insane. So I'm just about to chill on it and, you know, figure out the best way to release it and the best time to release it.
Wow.
And I'm not a music junkie. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm the person who's in the studio all the time. Surprisingly, I'm in the studio the least.
This is like a huge output, and on top of that, you have this whole artistic, like, you know, art aspect that has to go with it that you're responsible for, and just, yeah, I do all this easily.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because, like, I really just always, for the past, like, 6 years of my life, I just thought all this was natural. I didn't know niggas was out here handicapped, like, for real. Wow. Like, y'all need to select y'all stars better, because there's people out here who just do this shit because they do this shit and it's in their blood. And y'all niggas got people out here defying women and just disrespecting the world and all types of wild shit. It's like, niggas need to know how to choose shit better. So it's like, no offense to people, but it's like, y'all choosing y'all stars and making them. I'm not, because I'm not listening to them. So it's just like, no offense to nobody. And again, I'm not trying to be nobody's friends. And my fan base loves me, so, and understands where I come from and respect what I feel, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not an artist trying to target people and make them happy. It's like, dude, I'm just a dope person and I'm in my world. I play video games, I love anime, and I want everybody to be happy. If that sounds like you want to fuck with me, then come through. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? I've fought a lot of battles, and I know that's not one that it's worth fighting for.
Video games on Twitch.
I should. You do?
Yeah, I be on Twitch I watch people. I haven't like started streaming yet.
Everyone tells me I should because, and I know I should. Like a lot of my original fan base came from anime and video games because they're like, damn, this dude's making music that could be on the radio, but also is very in tune with this culture. Like people could play video games and oh my God, the anime culture is getting raped right now. I'm sorry to say that word, but it's like people are just like, oh my, like I'm not mad. I don't own anime. No one owns anime. I'm happy people watching anime, but I'm just like, oh, like dude, like it's such a dope culture. It's like care about it a little bit more. Like learn about other things about it. Learn about the writers' lives and stuff like that. It's just, but it's the thing that I care about and not. But yeah, that's another thing. I don't want to get too deep into that because I am passionate about it. But that's where I started. Like that's where my first fan base came from. It's because I'm passionate about that type of stuff.
I understand. I'm passionate about rock bands. Like I saw everybody wearing like band T-shirts, and I'm like, that was never a T-shirt that was released. That's not.
No, I can respect that. I can respect that too, because that's some shit I would be saying. Like, if like, I mean, I don't have a girl, but if I was like walking with my girlfriend, I'd be like, look at that fake ass band tee, man. Like, I'm not even trying to be an asshole. I'm just like, man, if only he knew, you know, for,
like,
for $25 extra, he could get an official one, and it would feel so much more better and real. Like, I want to be the ambassador of band tees. Like, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the fucking ambassador of anime and shit. Like, please take care of this. I love it.
Right, when you have a Twitch, make sure you let us know.
It's my Twitch is /PH till death. Yeah, so it's just like my merch website, phtilldeath.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us the interview.
Thank you, ladies, very much.
And for providing us a dope album. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of a breath of fresh air.
Thank you. That's what I like to hear. But you know, I don't know
if the world likes trouble. So,
huh?
I said it's getting me in trouble. I'm sorry, why you like this so much? What you out there doing?
Nah, look, I feel like this is the thing. Like, music should be an escape. Like, let these niggas be hoes and these women be bitches and all wild shit while you at home doing your work. Like,
that's so perfect.
That's what music is for. You got to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't always have to be you. It's just like, damn, this is a crazy story. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. He living his life reckless, but it's cool how he can make it rhyme. That's how I look at shit sometimes.
Hey, are you thinking about starting your own podcast? Well, you can stop overthinking it because the hardest part is actually getting started, and that's where Buzzsprout comes in. Buzzsprout makes it easy to launch your podcast and has already helped over 100,000 people just like you start and grow their own podcast. With Buzzsprout, you can have your show listed on all major platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You'll get a great-looking podcast website, audio players you can embed on other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening, tools to promote your episodes, and more. Stop waiting. Start your own podcast today and get a $20 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes below. This lets Buzzsprout know we sent you, and it helps support our show.